Now we're going to take a look at Discord. So for those of you who don't know what Discord is, it is basically a chat group. And Discord is run by Sarah Rogers, who is the head of Fantastic Voyagers, which is the main team that we are part of. Back in the Google Classroom on step 6, it says get plugged in with the team. One of the things that you do on that step is to register for Discord. So back on step 6 of the classroom, here's the link to Discord. Once you click on that link, honestly, I'm not sure what you are going to see. Since I am already registered, it will take me right into it when I click accept invite. But I believe it is going to ask you some questions. And those questions need to be answered in order to get access to Discord. You'll see what my Discord looks like in a second. All right, so this is Discord. I know that I am in because I have all of these columns over here, or I have a column on the left with all of these different tabs. So if you are seeing something like this, let me enlarge this a little, where you don't have all of these tabs on the left-hand side, then you are not actually in Discord yet. The way you get into Discord is by answering some questions. And I think you need to click on either the word verification or the little green check marks. I say this to people all the time. Just click around on everything over there until you get to a spot where it asks you questions. And that normally will take care of it. If you still have problems, reach out to your mentor and they will see what they can do to help. But over here, you are not in Discord yet, so you still have not completed the process of getting in. Once you see these tabs on the left, then you are in. So let's take a look at Discord. You can literally just start at the top and work your way down. And I recommend that that is what you do when you first get into Discord. So an event up here, what do we have? We've got our convention going on. Browse channels. It's just telling you the different channels, which is everything that is over here in the left-hand column. Rules. Not seeing any rules. Meet your leadership. You can scroll through here and see different people. Star travel bookers. These are all people who have booked travel recently and giving recognition to them. And raffles. I don't think we have one going on right now. I think these are previous raffles that we had, but sometimes there are different competitions and things going on and raffles where you can win things. The main thing, well, there's probably 2 or 3 main things. The daily live schedule. This is very important. I will post this every morning in our Facebook chat group for Team Globetrekkers. It is also posted here in Discord, and this is going to show you the classes that are happening today, the live classes. It will tell you the time. Please pay attention to time zones. Over here it's saying 9 a.m. PST, that's Pacific time. All of the times on the daily schedule are in Pacific time, so you're going to have to convert them to your time zone so that you're there at the correct time. And then it gives you the Zoom ID and password to get into each one. So probably a lot of you had looked at a flyer for new agent orientation, and it gave you days and times when they'll be held, and you put it on your calendar, which is great. However, every morning you want to come in here and look at the daily schedule. So if you have new agent orientation on your calendar because it was on a flyer and it's not showing up here for that day, that means it got canceled. So we schedule these classes a month in advance. Sometimes the night before, someone is sick, they've had an emergency, something came up, they can't teach the class the next day. So it does not get put onto the daily schedule. So if you ever get confused and you're like, well, why is this class not happening? Most likely it got canceled for a certain reason. And most likely you were looking at a flyer that had dates and times for the month, but something came up for the instructor and they needed to cancel. So always look at the daily schedule every morning. Number 1, just to see what we have going on. We have great classes every day. And number 2, in case you have something on your calendar that you put the time on there from a flyer, you want to double check and make sure that class is still happening that day. Here's the presentation schedule. This is for people who want to team build. It has to do with when we have the presentations and who is hosting them. So those two things I look at a lot. And the other two things that I look at a lot are these two different chat rooms. The main chat room is the travel chat. This is where you ask questions relating to travel, and someone will answer them as best they can. Now, just be careful. Sometimes you might have someone answer your question who is relatively new. Their answer might not be completely accurate. Also, sometimes you ask a question and you don't get answered because whoever knows the answer to that question wasn't looking at Discord at the time. So sometimes I know people get frustrated because they're not getting an answer in a chat group. If that is happening, please just text your mentor directly and they will give you the answer. And if they don't know the answer, they'll help you find it out. So texting your mentor directly is always one of the best ways to get an answer. Speaking of getting answers, up here in the search bar is another really good way. So people ask the same questions all the time. So let's see, let's just come up with a topic. Let's see, Carnival Cruise Line. Say you have a question about Carnival, we don't need cap locks, registration. Just type it in the search box up here, hit enter, and then you will see everything that has to do with Carnival registration. Now, these two words are there. That's why it came up. And when I click on it, I can then come over here and find the original question for Carnival registration, but only one thing came up for that. Let's just type in Carnival. And you're going to have a lot more things come up because lots of questions have been asked about Carnival over all the years that this chat group has been open. So you can read through here, see some of the questions, see some of the answers. It's actually a really good way not only to get an answer to your question, but to learn more things and get answers to all sorts of other questions that may pop up for you over time. So don't forget about this search bar in Discord. It's very helpful. Definitely recommend trying to type your question or some keywords of your question into the search bar before asking your question, because it's really funny. I mean, literally, I've seen someone come in here and type a question and just 3 people above them, that exact same question had been asked and answered. So if you don't have time to scroll through here and look at everything, just type it into the search bar. Your next chat group is for team building. If you do not request access to team building, you will not get access to this chat. Only people who request access. So how do you request access? When you're in the travel chat, you literally just type team builder or team building and hit enter, and someone comes through here every day searching for those words, and they will then add you to this team building chat over here. Helpful travel agent resources, COVID entry updates. You can click on this link and it will take you to a site that has a ton of information about travel, about COVID, which luckily that is all now quieting down. So we've got COVID travel regulations. You can click on a certain place to see it. Oops. Passport, visa, and health. So there's more than just COVID stuff on here. There's lots of different information on countries, passports, visa, health, traveler, frequently asked questions. This is an excellent resource. We should all take some time to look around there. The team website. This is travelknowledge.info, and I'm going to do another video where we take a look at that website. If you are a new agent, over here it gives some information for new agents. Looks like we don't have anything posted there right now, but typically they have the flyer for the new agent orientation in here. Announce yourself. This is the information. It tells you exactly what to say when you want to announce yourself on your social media. Just a little note, make sure that you have registered and been accepted for registration with different suppliers before you announce your business. Had a lot of people announce their business and then they couldn't book anything for people because they weren't registered yet and they lost the client, which can be very frustrating. If you want to do business cards, here's information on business cards. Forms, there's team related forms, which have to do with us in the team. and then client-related forms, land inquiry, cruise inquiry, Disney inquiry, the credit card authorization form. This was all covered in the Google Classroom as well, but it was also here. Vendor training library. This is just going to take you to travelknowledge.info, where there's tons of videos you can watch. Cabin vendors. If you have someone who wants to stay at a cabin in North Dakota or something like that, you want to click here and check out the different resources for places for cabin rentals, since we don't deal with Vrbo or the other one, which I can't think of the name right now. If you need to book something and it's less than 21 days out, you need to follow this procedure for 21-day booking procedure. Marketing, lots of information and videos here for branding your business. Travel ads, how to create a travel ad, which we also call mock bookings. So there's a video in here you can watch and a sample. Client relationship. This is going to take you to travelknowledge.info for some videos to watch. Free social media tools. Some good pictures in here that you can use. So check all this out. Team building. If you want to get into team building, this whole section here gives you information on team building. And if you are not approved for the team building chat, then most likely you can't see these tabs over here as well. So that is just a quick walkthrough of Discord. It seems strange to people at first. I know it seems strange to me, but once you get used to it, it's really not hard. It's just, this is just your navigation over here. These are all the different things you can click on and see. It's pretty much all there is to it. I spend most of my time just going back and forth between the travel chat and the team building chat. And every morning I take a look at the daily schedule. This is where I get it. And then I post it into our Facebook group from there.